Where have you taken me today, Goose?
Hey, we're out here in the yard. What yard? We're out here by the old dump, out by Maggie's band. And as you can see, Bryce, we're out at Horvath HotRods.
All right.
And what's our topic today? Well, it's got to be muscle cars. It's got to be cars of some sort. Yeah, it's muscle car restoration. And we want you to meet our guest, all right? Come on in, Joel. This is Joel Horvath. Welcome to our show, man.
Morning, welcome to our shop.
You bet. This is the yard, right?
Yeah, this is where we have a wrecker that hauls in the wrecks from, he's on rotation in Spanish Fork, and then the rest of it's stuff that we need to do.
Okay, Bryce, we're gonna slip right over here to this 64 Falcon Sprint. And you guys probably haven't seen one in a long time. I haven't, so we're gonna go right over here.
Some of our viewers weren't even born in '64.
I hadn't thought of that, Bryce.
You were
You're
a
right.
sophomore in high school.
Sophomore in high school.
You were dreaming about driving this thing, weren't you?
I probably was.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
So, Joe, what do we got here, and why is it in this kind of shape?
Well, this car's been stripped and straightened, and obviously it had a lot of rust and everything because the convertible, the top was gone, and one of the kids that works for us, this is his car, and he's completed the paint, he's putting the chrome on, he's done the suspension, it's on airbags, so it raises and lowers, and then the next thing we're going to do is fit the motor and trans, and then after we get it running and driving, then he'll take it down to get the upholstery done.
So when he gets this finally restored, how much bread is he going to be into this?
Oh, I imagine 15,000.
15?
Yeah, about 15,000 he should be, because a lot of the work he's done himself. So
Joe mentioned he's got a lot of cars out here in the yard. And I was looking at the old Elliott Ness rig, the old Untouchables.
I love it.
What do you think of that?
That's pretty
Joe,
good.
what year's it?
that's a 1939 Ford.
Oh.
Little Ford, take a look,
Yeah.
Bryce.
Oh, there you are.
See?
You're promoting Ford.
That's right, promoting
Did you get a
Ford.
sponsorship deal for your baseball team, or?
I didn't. I bought this new Ford Fusion, and I got 2 new shirts out of it.
Heck of a deal.
Where'd you get all these cars?
Well, from right here in Spanish Fork. They were all in a field. One of my friends said he had bought a car. Will you come over and look at it, make sure it's worth buying? I rode over with him, and it was a nice 67 Mustang Fastback.
Wow.
And I told him, I said, it's really a nice car. It had sat for about 30 years. And I said, if you don't want it, I do. And the gentleman that owned the car said, oh, are you looking for a car too? And I said, yeah, that's what I do for a living. I restore cars. And he said, well, come and take a look. I've got another one I want to get rid of. And we walked out behind his garage, and he had 84 cars.
Just one more car.
84?
84 cars.
Was this one of them?
That wasn't, but all the rest of them.
Look at this baby.
Holy
Look.
cow. How old is that one,
That
Joe?
one's a 1948
Ooh,
International.
48, that's a great year. Year I was born.
It
Great
is that
year.
old then. I'll be
Boy,
honest.
that is old. That makes it 60 years old, doesn't it?
That's a vintage classic. Come
All
on.
right. Joe wanted to show us this rat rod.
A what?
What is a rat rod, Joe?
Well, a rat rod is something that we would build. It's a new style of hot rod. You don't want the fancy $100,000 car that you have to worry about while you go in to eat lunch. So you're going to take this and you're going to build it with used parts that we have, not spend a lot of money on it. Put it together and drive it, have fun. That's the new style.
Okay. All right, let's slip over to this $1,800 sign.
Oh, there it is.
Now, if you notice, Bryce.
Needs a little fender work.
Yeah, if you notice, look where the A is. It should be up there. Look at the A. Is that kind of an interesting looking sign?
That is.
I told Joel to leave it right there. Good looking sign. That's an $1,800 sign, right, Joe?
Yeah, the airbrush. Custom.
Wow. Airbrush custom.
Oh, yeah. See, look at that. Look at the way they made the chrome look on the wheels. Nice.
Okay, Bryce.
Yes, sir.
I think we'll take our first break right here, and then when we come back, folks, we're gonna go inside the shop and meet some new guys that works for Joe. Welcome back, guys. Now we're inside the shop. Joe, we're to the next step, and the next step is what in restoration?
Well, first we take the car all apart, and then we have a booth outside where we sandblast, or it's actually media blasting. We don't use sand. We use plastic and copper and coral. It's a mixture. And then you completely clean the metal. It'll clean it where it's rusted. It'll take all the old paint off. And then we bring it inside, and that's where this is. This has been media blasted, and now it's been epoxy primed. And this will protect it from moisture until we're ready to work on it.
Okay.
Then Austin.
All right, we're going to meet one of these new workers here. This is Austin Wild.
Austin Wild was our intern from Spanish Fork High last year, and after he graduated, now he's here full time. But he's doing the body work. We've pounded all the dents out, and there's a little bit of body filler that he's putting on there, and when he gets those all ironed out, then it'll go to primer, like that car right there. The body work's been done, and it's all primer.
Okay, let's get a comment from Austin here. Have you always been interested in cars?
Not really. I had an old truck as my grandpa's, and I always wanted to restore it. And so I took a class in auto body, a high school auto body, but I got a job here and I learned a lot, and ever since I've been working on it, and I'm getting pretty close on finishing it, and that's pretty much how I got interested in auto body.
Okay, so for you, on-the-job training was better than in the classroom?
It was a lot better.
Now, would you say that for every kid?
It's more crucial because you're working for somebody that has to make money. In the classroom, you know, it's not a business.
Okay, so you're not going to come out here and dink around.
Right.
And be a knothead.
Exactly.
And be sent to the principal.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Exactly.
Hey, thanks. Yep. We're going to go over to Joe's painter now and meet him.
It's going to be pretty hot in here.
Okay. Okay, what are we doing to this vehicle?
There was some damage right here. Both doors were hit. Joe tore the doors apart, fixed the body damage, brought it in here. We primed it, blocked it down, put the base coat and clear coat on there.
Okay.
It's baking right now.
It's baking right now. So
The bake cycle just went off. When you walk out of here, it forces air through here at 160 degrees.
Oh, wow.
We put it in here about 45 minutes.
45 minutes. All right, we're going to move around the shop to the next step. Here is the next step right here, and this is called what?
This is the first coat in paint. So basically we've done all the body works, you know, stripped everything, done all the body work, primed it, sanded it, painted it, and this is the first coat on everything. Now we put the whole car back together to check fit everything, to make sure all the gaps are right, everything lines up. And now from here, the next thing we'll do is recoat the exterior. That's the final paint. So that we do this first, double check, and then go on.
All right, this is Adrian Fuller. Welcome to our show. Now, we want you to let our viewers know how much education you have.
I have a 2-year degree. I have an associate's in applied science with an emphasis in collision repair, and 10 credits towards my bachelor's in science technology management with an emphasis in collision repair. One of the reasons you need the experience is because anytime somebody gets into an accident after you've done the repairs, you can be sued for the repairs that were done if it causes a death.
Wow.
And so the shop can also be sued for that same death because you're the one that was working for that particular shop. So you really need to have an education plus experience to work in the auto body industry. It just makes you a better body man as far as how you're going to do your repairs and how it's going to come out, and how your boss is going to look at you as a body man, and how your co-workers are going to look at you, and how you feel about yourself.
Beautiful. Back to Joe again. So when a kid's coming to be hired and wants to work for you out here at the shop, what are some characteristics you look for in a young man?
Well, the desire to work and to learn. I mean, they have to want to learn because there's a lot more to it than everybody thinks you can sand a car and paint it in a day, and it doesn't happen. There's a lot of, like Adrian was saying, the science part of it and skill level. And so it would say to me, if they're completing their classes with good grades, they're responsible, and that they're able to finish a project. And they have to put a lot of effort in to be able, everything we do in here is dangerous.
Okay.
So they have to be careful of what they do.
Ooh.
And so I can't have the kids that are goofing off. And we need the ones that are responsible and are serious, you know, and they'll usually tell you the reason. This is why I want to do this.
Excellent.
So
I like the way he started. He said, if they have a desire to work. I had kids in my PE classes that wouldn't even come and dress, Bryce, but they'd come every day, show up, and do nothing. Joe, are these guys going to do nothing when they show up for work?
no, hopefully not.
And if they do nothing, then what?
Then there'll be an opening for someone else.
Oh, there'll be an opening for someone else who does want to work, right?
That's right.
Excellent. Let's go over to Ryan right here, Bryce. Okay, we're over here to Ryan Brown, right?
Yeah,
Welcome to our show.
thank you.
How long have you been working out here at Joe's?
I've been working here for probably like a year and 3 months.
And how old are you?
17.
17.
Wow.
So you're still in high school?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
At Spanish Fork High?
Yeah.
What are you doing right here on this vehicle?
Right now, I'm blocking the door just to identify the highs and lows to where we need to do body work and metal work. As you can see, where I've been sanding, this is high right here, where you can see metal.
Oh, okay.
And then right here, you can see where low, where the paper hasn't even touched the primer.
I got you. And that's called blocking?
Yeah, right now this would be a long block.
Oh, a long block.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm taking down layers of paint, of primer,
Excellent.
to identify the highs and lows.
Okay. Now, I know it's written on the window, Bryce. Look what they've written. It says Ryan's number 1.
Yeah.
Joe, is Ryan number 1 out here?
Always. He's always number 1.
Oh, I like it, man.
I want to know if his girlfriend did that or if he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I always like to ask how the employees feel about their boss.
Yeah.
How's Joe to work for?
He's actually a great boss. He's very lenient. He'll teach you a lot.
Oh,
He's a good teacher.
a good teacher. I
Yeah.
like that, man. I like it. So he's a great guy to work for.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Beautiful. I noticed that the working conditions out here are good.
Yep,
Yeah. Now, do you ever have the music playing?
we usually do.
Okay, but here doing the show, the music is off so we can hear.
Okay, these are current events. These would be cars that we've just recently finished, and we kind of keep a photo history as we're rebuilding the cars for customers. And these are different ones. This one, that's how it started. That's it, all done.
Very nice.
That was a car that was found in Spanish Fork in a field. So a year later, it was all done. And this is a special car. That's a 63 Ford AC Cobra. It was one of the original 10 factory racers, and it has a double roll bar. That's the one that Shelby used to sell the idea of the Cobra.
Wow, that's unique.
Yeah, I did that a long time ago.
So, Bryce,
Yes.
where was the car that was outstanding in its field?
Right up here.
Okay, right there.
It wasn't so outstanding at the time.
But after Joe got done with it,
That's right.
yeah.
This one's a special one. That's it's 1936 540K Mercedes Roadster.
Would you tell me last week how much is it worth?
It's worth about 60 million.
60 million?
Yeah.
What?
So it's like equivalent of, one of my customers is an art broker, and she said there's not a Picasso that's sold for that much yet. So
Wow.
think of it as relative, and I hadn't really thought of it before that, but I'm honored to have been able to work on it.
You're right.
And it's in Prince Philip's Museum in Monaco.
Prince Philip.
Yeah, and in fact, Prince Philip sent us a customer. Somebody asked him who did it, and then I've never met him, but he did the research and sent him here. And
Wow.
turns out the guy's from Heber. So
Prince Philip is from Heber.
no, the guy had another Mercedes he wanted done. Asked Prince Philip who did it, and then he hunted me down on the internet and showed up here.
Well, we won't hold that against him, will we, Bryce?
I didn't know anyone had connections to royalty from Heber.
Heber, I know.
They featured this car on a special with Prince Rainier,
Right.
and before he passed away, and he valued it at $50 million then, and that's been 6 or 7 years ago.
And you worked on this thing.
Yeah, we did the
Where did it come from originally?
Belgium. It made it through the war in hay bales, and then
Wow.
Bud Cohen brought it over, and he is Hearst in Beverly Hills, and I did it for him. He brought it to me in pieces. I didn't actually know what I was working on until we were all done.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That is. All right.
If he told me how valuable it was, I would have charged him more.
That's right.
No, that's enough.
Do you have any kids in the business?
Yeah, I have 3 sons, and then this is an old picture, probably 30 years ago, and that's my oldest son sitting on the bumper. He was helping out in the garage then.
So his business is where?
In Linden,
Out in Linden?
yeah.
All right.
And the other 2 boys that are younger than him, both paint for Cascade Auto Body.
We're here in Salem right now. We're at Lance Rudd's place. This is who I sold the car to. But back in '67, Norm Black, he ordered this car, special ordered it. Then he went on his 6 months basic training in the National Guard. And then when he came back, we had bought the car from Smith Auto. And you won't believe, out the door, off the lot, brand spanking new, $3,400.
$34,000?
No, $3,400,
Oh, wow.
Bryce.
That's a bargain, baby.
And then we ended up selling it a few years later for $5,000. That's how much it had appreciated.
And you know what? I bet it's even worth more money than that now. You know
Oh.
why?
Why's that?
Because a celebrity has driven it, and a lot of people in Spanish Fork know that now.
Oh.
Of course, I don't know. Do you think they're still going to be fans of yours now they see your shirt? What are you wearing?
Look at that, baby. Look at that.
I think every Cougar fan that used to be a fan of yours should come up to you now in the street and say, hey, I used to be a fan of yours till I found out you're a Utah man.
That's okay. That's what makes this life worth living, isn't it?
All right.
We get to root for different colleges,
Okay.
and we get to drive different cars.
That's a nice one, baby.
This is a nice one. Yeah. I drove this, and then my son Lance drove this, and then my son Trent drove this. So we kind of handed it down, and then we sold it to another Lance.
Another Lance.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Lance Rudd.
Okay, Lance, first thing is we agreed you wouldn't have to be in the show, right?
Right.
Well, sorry.
It happens.
What do you think, buddy?
I wouldn't sell it.
Wow.
I've been offered up to 10,000.
Wow.
So, but I didn't sell it, and I have no plans on selling it.
Okay.
This
So if
is-
someone offers you $20,000, what are you going to tell them?
I guess that'd be tempting, but I have no plans on selling it.
Okay. all right.
Yeah, this is a one owner, man. There was only a few made like this. It comes with a 390 hypo, high performance, 335 horse, heavy duty 3-speed on the floor. And that's just the way Norm ordered it. So there's only there might not be another one exactly like that car.
Well, I spoke with Steve Whitlock. He rebuilds Fairlanes, and I asked him about the 3-speed, and he told me it was impossible.
Okay.
I gave him the serial number, and he
Yep.
called me back and said, well, I guess it's possible because that's how that car came.
That's right.
So
And
Wow.
that was Norm Black's creation. You know what? It ran real hot. The new 428 that came out that year didn't hold a candle to that car. So,
Don't tell me you were dragging Maine to prove it.
well, I didn't like to race it, but I had a kid in town that wouldn't leave me alone, so we went down the Lakeshore Road, and we put that 428 Mach to shame. To shame. That's a great car. It's good to see it. Brings back a lot of good memories. They come with the metal bumpers,
Oh, yeah.
the metal grill, the metal around the headlights.
That's not plastic, huh?
That's not plastic. Watch.
So if you got in a head-on with the Japanese car, who would win?
Well, obviously this American-made car would. Yeah. Hey, every yard like this has a dog. They're called a junkyard dog, and they're usually Rottweilers and Doberman Pinschers, German Shepherds. But you won't believe what Joe's got out here. And his name's Frank. Usually they're names like Duke and Butch, but Frank. Oh, you need to take a look at this, Bryce. Joe's.
I'm shivering just thinking about this.
Take a look at this junkyard dog right here. Whoa! Joe, do you just have cars here at the shop?
No, we do trucks too.
Trucks?
This one's a little bit of a hot rod.
How big engine?
It's got a 502 and it's supercharged, and it's got some performance specialties. This will be about 700 horse.
So 700 horse? That ought, and the way gas is now, a gallon, what do you think? He'll be at the gas station, what, every couple hours?
Yeah, if he drives it, it'll be a Sunday driver.
Oh, a Sunday driver.
That's it. He's had this since high school too. So.
What year is it?
It's a 72.
72. Is it a Chevy?
Chevy.
Chevy. What do you think about Chevys, Bryce?
I think it's a good thing we were doing equal opportunity with your shirt.
That's
there.
right, with my shirt, baby.
Yeah, we got people that don't like Ford that are watching this show, you know.
Oh, and I love them, baby. Love them.
How about you, Joe? Are you a Chevy man?
Well, my car's a Ford and it has a Chevy engine, so.
Well, that's interesting.
That's a diplomatic answer.
What about them? What about Alan and Adrian over there? What do you guys drive?
Ford, Chevy, what are you? What's that?
I've got a Kia.
A Kia?
Foreign job.
Isn't that Ford now, though? I think Ford.
Adrian, what do you drive?
1980 CJ5 Jeep.
Oh, he's a Jeep man. A Jeep.
Well, Goose, it's time to close the show, buddy. Goose? You guys see where Goose went? Maybe that junkyard dog scared him off. Maybe he's out here in the yard. Goose? What's that breathing sound?
Have a great day. Even though it's raining out here, it's still a great day. We've had a great day out here at Joe Horvath. Remember, we love you. We truly do. Till our next show. We'll see ya.